Welcome to On Assignment
with Eli and Patricia.
So recently we did a video regarding the impending threat to America's power grid and the media's take on who they believe would be responsible.
Yes, they talked about it being right-wing extremists. They even said it might be Russia. But do you guys remember this clip?
Thanks, Jen. In an executive order that the president signed last week, he also suspended a Trump administration executive order that was particularly aimed at keeping foreign countries, specifically China, from interfering in the U.S. power grid. But he suspended that for 90 days in that executive order last week. Given what you said about China today, why did he do that, especially related to something so critical to our national security as the power grid?
I think the president's view on our relationship with China, I tried to do my best to convey to all of you. I'll have to check on that specific piece, and we'll circle back with you directly.
I will circle back. Rumor has it that she never circled back on that, actually. So here's what's interesting to me about this, and the reason why my wife and I wanted to bring this back up was because there are no coincidences. And during this time, this is actually one of the first executive orders that Biden signed, was to give China access to our power grid for 90 days. And one thing we know about military exercises is that they often conduct real life training exercises. And I'm not saying that this is what this is. We're not saying what this is by any stretch, but what I'm saying is the optics looks very strange.
Right.
And what we do know is during that time frame, this is right around the time after they gave China access to the power grid for 90 days, inexplicably, right? By the way, reversing the executive order that Trump had in place to forbid foreign agents and foreign entities from accessing the power grid. He reversed that for 90 days. Inexplicably, and following that, subsequent to that, we know that that was right around the time that Texas went through that very severe power outage,
right,
which caused a lot of damage, and a lot of people were displaced as a result of that.
You know what this actually makes me think of? That the destruction to America was already in place.
Yes.
They just needed somebody to execute the plan.
Yes, 100%. And we see that getting the right people in place was pivotal for them to execute the plans. But you know, one of the things that fills me with hope is to see how these things are not getting past people anymore. There is an awakening that is occurring that is causing people who were once asleep to be awake to the things that are happening. And it is something that the Lord had spoke to us a few years ago, where he said there was going to be coming exposures. And so I say that to say, on one hand, we see all these things happening, and we can be tempted to feel a certain way, but to see the exposure happening, to see people being aware of and alerted to the things that are going on, to see people awakening to these things brings a lot of hope, and for not only what we are willing to do, but what we need to do going forward.
Right. I remember when you did that word, and now it's coming to pass.
Yes,
a lot
yes,
of
it is.
things and a lot of people are being exposed, and it's great so that people can see exactly what was going on and
Yes.
who they have allowed to get into office. So let us know what you guys think. We would love
Yes.
to know what you think. Comment in the comment
Yes.
sections. Share the video with people that you think might want to know about this,
Yes.
and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, send it far and wide, and also let us know your perspective on this. Right, this is something that just happened to come across my mind, something I just kind of recalled. But I want to know: are there other pieces of the puzzle? Are there things that you guys have come across that kind of lends to what we're talking about,
Right.
that we can begin to have an even greater discussion?
And remember, guys, God is always in control.
And we're on assignment.